Heyo, this is Stracco, and today we are hopefully going to be winning as the Recluse. Now, with the Recluse, I find that it's kind of hard to build her because a lot of relic effects just don't work, so this is what I settled on. Suffer blood loss and increase attack power upon art activation, ultimate art gauge plus 3. That just lets me build my ult up a little bit quicker and makes it a little bit more usable. We also get Bewitching Branches in possession at start of Expedition. That's not great, but hey, it's something. Next, I have this crazy roll on a blue relic here, improved gravity sorcery, max FP permanently increased after releasing Sorcerer's Rise mechanism, and magic attack power up +1. Honestly, I don't think I'll ever stop running this unless I get something better than improved gravity sorcery. Finally, collecting affinity residue activates Terra Magica. This is the single biggest damage buff that you can get as Recluse. This is the single biggest damage buff that you can get as Recluse, and I'd recommend running it in every single build. As long as you are standing on the sigil, you just do 20% more damage with your spells. Also improved poison damage negation when knocked back by damage. Not the best, but hey, it's something. And let's see what we get. Alright, so we're going against the hard mode Sentient Pest. Fair enough. We also are landing directly on a church, so this run is already off to an incredible start relative to most. And this church has rats, which is incredibly good. See this sigil under me? That is the Terra Magica. That activates whenever I collect the magical residue, which is, my whole ability. We are going to try and get level 2, and then honestly, I think I want to go do this right away. A lot of the time, those give you like 30,000 runes. No, actually, I think all of them give you 30,000 runes, and they're really not that hard. So if you kind of want like a little cheat for getting better runs when you're first starting out, do the remembrances. They are just good. I was just about to say too how easy this character makes some boss fights, but I guess easy will always be relative, huh? Well, that aside, I really like the Dawn skin for the Recluse personally. I know a lot of people enjoy either Emerald Herald or the Heretical Sorcerer one, but I think for me, it's between this and her Remembrance skin, but I don't have the Remembrance skin yet. I enjoy the lack of a big hat and the sort of flowiness of these robes. Also, the leg slit is nice. It's just a nice design for her. I really enjoy Rani's Dark Moon and improved charge sorceries. Alright, that's a little crazy for just my first staff. I really enjoy how the skins work in this game. One, the fact that you can just get them by playing the game. Massive FromSoft W. I could easily see a different game turning this into a microtransaction. But, not FromSoft. They just said, alright, you want skins? Play the game. And the skins are just cool, too. They all reference different games, they all have a unique style, and just, I can't imagine the game without them, because I feel like I'd kind of be lacking in ideas on what to go for. Now, granted, skins aren't the most interesting progression. I do wish that there was... I wish I could start my Recluse, for example, with some sort of melee weapon, and then put some type of weapon skill on it. Because like I was saying earlier with Recluse, you can't use most of the relics in the game on her, which is really annoying. Because the way her whole passive works is you need to hit things with different types of residue. And mix and match. This is a cool one. Oh, that's not a cool one. But as Recluse, you can't mix and match on your own. You need to wait and then find... you need to wait and find spells that let you do it. Which is very... I do not love that. Because one of the best parts about playing Recluse with a team is if they have an affinity, you get the affinity. So if somebody put lightning on their weapon, right? I thought I was dead. Ooh. If somebody puts lightning on their weapon, you just get to have a constant lightning buff because they put lightning on their weapon. When you're playing alone, you only start with magic. So you're kind of at the mercy of trying... I got stuck on the rock, so I couldn't dodge. You're kind of at the mercy of trying to find better spells or a weapon with an affinity, which, you know, she's not the best at using, but if you're just using it for the affinity, it's fine. I'm gonna get crushed. Yo, I jumped it! Ronnie's Dark Moon is a crazy roll, by the way. Woo! That was close. Oh yeah, there we go. Easy hippopotamus kill, easy 30,000 runes. We're not even like 10 minutes into this. We're not even like 5 minutes into this run, and I'm going to already be like level 9 or 10, which, you know, that's just insane. Also, because of where that was, we could jump right up to this tree, and now we're back in business as usual, which is collecting quite a few churches. I'll maybe go hit up that rise, depending on where the storm is by the time I'm here. Maybe not. But definitely going to hit up this church, and then... I actually had a 4-church spawn on this map, so I could hit up this one, jump into the river, fight the mini-boss here, go grab this, and then this, and we're good. One of my favorite parts about the birds is how flying on them lets you figure out your route. If you don't take the time to do that while you're flying, it's just kind of gonna be one of those things that bites you because you have to figure out eventually where you're gonna go. So... yeah, no, I hope... we're like, what, 15 videos in right now. This has really become kind of my go-to content for just practicing my live commentary and talking, and I'm starting to notice that I'm doing a lot better. I very rarely am saying or ahs or whatever have you, which is making editing these go a lot smoother, and then it makes my it's not post commentary, it makes my scripted videos a lot easier too, because I'm not constantly getting stuck on what I want to say and having to repeat. So overall, I'm really happy with how things are going. I'm happy with my channel in general at the moment as well. We're gonna grab this bird as just a quick little shortcut. Obviously, it's still really, really new. I can't tell what that thing is. Oh, it's a demon. Okay, yeah, reload. Obviously, it's still very new, but it's growing. I just made that RuneScape video, and I'm 40 minutes in to a video about, what is this? What is it even called? Oh, I'm 40 minutes into a video about Elden Ring, which I might double back a little bit and touch it up, because it didn't go exactly as I wanted it to. But that's the other thing. When you have to redo content, a lot of the time it's not a big deal. It's a chance to do it better if there's anything you dislike. Now, I don't know why Recluse is feeling so strong right now. I think it's just because I got a crazy good staff. All resistance is up. I mean, it's that or nothing, so yeah, sure, I'll take it. Go, take care of these dogs real quick. I'm coming with you. This has become one of the most relaxing things that I do. I'm not even kidding when I say that, by the way. Just playing Nightreign, sometimes with my friends, sometimes just on my own, and relaxing, is really just a nice way to spend your time. There I go, saying again. I hope everyone has been enjoying the game as much. Like, even if I wasn't doing this for the sake of recording, I would definitely be taking this, like, I would definitely be using this game as my way of winding down. Which I used to do by just doing challenge runs of Dark Souls 3. But, like, now I feel as though I get kind of that same experience of, I just want to sit down and play a Souls game for a little bit with this game. Like, it's very relaxing. I don't know, what game, like, what games do you guys play that you just always come back to when you want to relax? Because for me, it was Dark Souls 3. Lately, it's been Nightreign. I always have had a soft spot for League of Legends. I'm about to die. Okay, I'm alive. I've always had a soft spot for League of Legends, but that's a game where I play it for like a month, and then after a month of playing it, I go, yeah, I'm tired of this game. Hmm. What's another one? I really liked Binding of Isaac for a long time, but I kind of fell out of playing that game. Because I got way too much into, like, trying to get god runs. That's a game where, if you're not getting a good run, you're in for these super long, miserable fights. So I kind of stopped having fun with that game, and my rule for games is if I ever stop enjoying them, that's when I should stop playing them. Because games are meant to be fun. Gain 20,000 runes. So, Binding of Isaac, I haven't touched in a long time, and I've kind of been waiting to come back to it. Risk of Rain. Risk of Rain is a really good one. I didn't pick up the latest DLC because I heard a lot of bad things about it at first, but I might actually look and see if they've cleaned that up again. Because, it's been about, like, a year now since the release of, Survivors of the Storm. So there's a good chance that at this point the game's actually great, and I'm just missing out by not giving it a try. Remember when I said that there are some characters that farm the, like, roving bands of enemies so efficiently? Yeah, Recluse is at the top of the list. So is Guardian for the fact that his ability just takes them out, but Recluse, you don't even need to get close, you don't need to charge anything up, you just press your delete button, and they're done. Now, I'm not going to say that we're having a god run, but it is looking like we're going to be level 9 coming out of day 1, which is pretty insane. The only thing that I'm not really liking is I don't have anything for mixing and matching my spells, so my passive is very useless. Alright. Oh. If you ever see this, that's the thing you need to hit. If you watch me enough, you'll learn how to solve every rise mechanism, because I usually do them for the sake of doing them, because you can get, like, max HP ups and stuff from them. Magic Limp Blade, Cannon of Haima. Honestly, let's give myself a sword. The sword has bleed, it'll be good. I've never been one to enjoy not having a melee option. It's just, I feel so naked when all I've got is magic. The one time I did a pure sorcerer run, like, I used the hell out of the... what are those ones called? The spells where you conjure different swords and smash and slash with them. To the point where sometimes I would be doing that run, and I'd realize that I'm forgetting to cast other spells. I'm just being the melee wizard. Yeah. It's funny, I went through, like, kind of a change, right? Where I really loved video games when I was young. As I became, like, a teenager in my, like, young 20s, I stopped enjoying them. And a lot of that was to do with just I played them as a way to escape real life. So, you know, I went into them with a bad attitude, and that's what I got out of them. But, like, now in my mid-20s, I've rediscovered the passion for it, and I love taking the taking the opportunities that I get to play games now. Now, I don't know what to do about this Finger Creeper, though. He, is better than me. Oh, wait, I do know what to do. I forgot I took the sword. I was gonna use Gavel of Haima. Alright, there we go. God damn it. The best part about the Rani's Dark Moon is, well, one, it does frostbite, but anything that you hit with it actually has its magic damage resistance reduced. So again, Recluse very much benefits from having a team with her, much like Revenant does. I mean, every character benefits from it, but Recluse and Revenant benefit the most because they don't have many fast options. But Recluse is a little bit better than Revenant, I'd say. Because Recluse has infinite FP sustain. Like, not only does her ability sustain her FP, but also her ultimate does. There we go, like this. So now anything that I hit this guy with gives me back some FP. And it is not a small amount. But also Recluse is just more damage. Like, Revenant... Wow, that has a lingering hitbox, huh? Revenant struggles a little bit with her damage because just... You get a lot of good magic spells in this game, and only a few good and only a few good, like, incantation damage spells. And a lot of the best ones also do fire damage when you're talking about damage, which, you know, there's a lot of things in this game that do not care about fire. But both of them are pretty prone to getting rushed down. And that's the thing that you kind of have to try to mitigate. Which is why I find that I use Glintstone Pebble basically 24/7, right? I feel like there's only a couple of spells in this game that allow for you to... I feel like there are only a few spells in this game, right, that let you, use them in the gap that an enemy gives you safely. There are many spells that allow you to use them unsafely, but then you're taking a big risk of getting hit, and you don't have much health as this character. So I tend to prioritize, oh, this always has an incantation in it, by the way. Best threads, rejection. Rejection, catch flame. I guess I'll take this. Quick check to see if this is a mega boss. He is. Quick check to see what it is. It is not worth my time. Oops, did not mean to cheer. I'm excited to see what we're gonna frame this because he's gone all the way away. Alright, he didn't even come close to going up before I fired it. He gonna jump down? Oh, he's just walking down. Okay. I really want a damage test, because if I deal massive damage to him, I'll fight him. He deals massive damage to me. What did I just say? Yeah, he deals massive damage to me. We're gonna just not. I lied. We will. Just let me use my passive. So the nice thing about all magic is it tracks insanely well. The bad thing about magic is all magic is everything else about it. Hopefully we get this off. If we do, he's gonna be hit hard. Yup. Okay. Now here's my damage. So I'm getting carried by Terra Magica and Ronnie's Dark Moon. If you need to figure out, like, why is he hitting this thing like a truck, that's why. Terra Magica, I'm dealing 20% more damage. Ronnie's Dark Moon is lowering its magic resistance by, I want to say 20%? Think? Assuming that it still works like that in this game. Put them together and you get this. Yeah, you get kicked in the face. Main reason I'm fighting him is because I'm right next to this Grace, by the way. Otherwise, I think I would have just left. I'm about to get smashed. Guess not. Hey! Bro heard me. Bro heard me bragging and decided he was done with that shit. Oh, man. Okay, well... Can I make Terra Magica here and then do this again? Sure can. So, That should be enough to kill. Hello? There we go. Please stop looking at the staff and grab the residue. And dead. Oh man, this is so much easier than Revenant. It's not even funny. Scepter of the All-Knowing. This is tempting. So, Scepter of the All-Knowing, continuing on with my little magic lesson that we're impromptu doing, is a special staff with the weapon art of making anything that you hit with it take 20% increased damage to magic. Yeah. So now, the only downside to this is that you also take this increased damage to magic. So it's a little bit situational. I think it's not just magic. I also think it's like lightning, holy, like anything magic damage based. Is there not? Oh, there is. It's a black knife. Ow. So, what you can do is... Hey, I'm trying to give a little lesson here. Stop. What you can do is you can use this weapon art. There we go. Everything's taking increased damage. You can ult because I misclicked. You can die. Wow. That's how you do it. Yeah. Okay. This is really where wizards always fall apart for me in these games. The second that I'm fighting something that just relentlessly rushes me down, I can never get them to work. There we go. Poise through. Oh no, I didn't realize I didn't have the... Please flinch from this. Thank you. So, this person should be taking double damage from all of my spells. Sure are. Well, not double, but like way more damage from spells. Well, it's magic damage in general. The only problem is Black Knife Assassins dodge whenever you cast, which is a feature that a lot of enemies in Elden Ring have. And every single time, all I can do is shrug and go, well, my bad for playing a caster, I guess. I don't know. What am I meant to do here? I guess hit them from where they can't see me. Yeah, got 'em. I actually find it a lot easier to just hit these things with a sword. It's even easier, right? Oop, when I don't miss input. There we go. Easy. Freezing Mist, Carrion Slicer. Ooh. We're not really using incantations. Incantations are not sorceries. So, is that a Tree Sentinel? Nope. Draconic Tree Sentinel. They are very rarely worth the time that it takes to kill them. As a wizard. I mean, even as a melee class, honestly, but especially as a wizard, they can reflect back your attacks. Well, that might only be regular Tree Sentinels, actually, but Draconic Tree Sentinels do have a lot of ranged attacks and a lot of rushdown that hurt badly. God dang it. Get over here. Improved fire damage negation. So I've improved lightning and improved fire damage negation, which is incredibly useless, but yeah, is what it is. Beggars and choosers and all of that. I also have Borealis's Mist, or Freezing Mist, not Borealis's. Borealis's would be a lot better, actually. But, despite all that, he smelled me, I guess. What the hell? I'm gonna... Okay, no, I did use the right thing. Wrong staff, though. There we go. Please don't knock me out of this. Lollipop, lollipop. Ooh, la, 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 lollipop. This is the worst possible fortress for Recluse, I'd say. She does not have a good way of dealing with Crucible Knights. They kind of just sit behind their shield and block, and you can't do anything. And if the moment ever comes where they're not blocking, they're hitting you, and they just smack you out of whatever you're doing. Yeah, I'm gonna go kill the basement boss. This one isn't worth killing anyway. Now, there is kind of an exception. She's not bad at killing the Spear Crucible Knights, because they don't have a shield. It's only the basic... God damn it. Well, I made the jellyfish angry. It's only the basic ones that have a shield and a sword that really are rough to deal with as her. Eh. Now, theoretically, yep. I was gonna say, theoretically, he won't dodge. Use this real quick. Ooh, misinput. Ay, ay, ay. I pressed every single button on my controller there. Hey, I got stuck. What the heck? My lock one locked onto the crab. Alright, we're having a rough fight, but, you know, it's going great. So there's two things debuffing him right now, which means I deal 650 damage. Ooh, I got the ult off. Unfortunately, it didn't do much. But hey, it's life. So here's the problem. Like I said, a lot of things in this game will just dodge. Now, it's a shame that I haven't gotten any other spell effects other than, magic. Because this character's main way of being cool comes from combining stuff. But that's also just how this works sometimes. You can't always get what you want. Especially when it comes to trying to get, like, fire, lightning, whatever. Now, if anyone's actually confused about what the different combinations do with Recluse, you can actually check in the training mode. If you go to controls, she is the only person who has like a special section dedicated to them in the game controls area that goes through every single combination. Yeah, every single combination that you can get of effects. I don't know why it's just her, because you'd think that that'd be helpful for everyone, but yeah, it's insanely useful to know. I don't think I'm ever going to use this. Oh, we have a black knife now. And just like that, we have a half-decent weapon. Now, is it good? No. But... Alright, I'm just gonna grab the talisman. I don't... Why can they block everything, man? I can't do anything about that. In a perfect world, I'd have some fire, but we'll see. Hey! There we go. Ow. Can you stop? Dude. Why is it defaulting to dropping the black knife and not to dropping my staff? There. Oy, oy, oy. So I got basically nothing done in the fortress, but hey. Happens. Very unfortunate that it was, very unfortunate that it was Crucible Knights. Any other character, except Revenant, I'd be completely fine seeing them, but Recluse just does not have a good way of getting through their shield. So what do we have time for? Okay, we basically don't have time for anything other than going to the circle, but maybe I could find something. Exalted Flesh, very cool. This is going to be a rough fight with the, a rough fight with Sentient Pest, because we just don't really have much of anything. Oh, right, this does holy damage. Dude, I've gotten every single Bolt Drake talisman but the physical one now. Or every single, like, Crest talisman. The Crest talismans are a subset of talisman that lowers your damage taken by specific effects. So the fire one lowers my fire damage taken. Easy. Now, this is the nice thing about weapon effects, and I didn't realize I had this. So this does holy damage, meaning now I can actually get a different effect. Now, the only problem is I think magic and holy combined is just a heal. So this is the most useless effect that I could have gotten. But hey, it's an effect. Yeah, this does magic damage, this does magic damage, this does holy damage, and this does holy damage. Pretty rough, but what can you do? This I think was... Sorry. This, I think, was the only fire on my map. That is some rough luck. So I was kind of at the mercy of getting... I was kind of just at the mercy of getting a good random drop, and it didn't happen. Oh well. We'll make do anyway. Wow. The fun thing with those guys, if you hit them in the head, they take way less damage. If you hit them in the shield, they also take less damage. A nice thing about Recluse, though, that I really like, is any weapon that can function as a, any weapon that scales with Faith or Inch, he can make use of. One thing I don't like about these snakes is they're annoying. Okay, I have no clue what that just did. I really expected something to happen. Fair enough, though. Now, the Dark Moon spell specifically only lowers magic negation. So we need to make a point of using magic attacks more often. So I'm not going to keep using the Black Knife. I'm actually going to switch to the Katana, because it is a magic katana. Ooh. You know, speaking about games, I don't have all magic. That's not what I wanted. Speaking of games, though, that are just nice to play in your downtime, I've been really enjoying playing Noita, which is a game where it's a roguelike where you're a wizard. Yeah, so I know, ironic that I enjoy Noita, but playing Recluse makes me feel like I'm eating razor blades. But I have been playing Noita, which is a game where it's a roguelike and you're a wizard, and your goal is... Ow. Okay, well, I can't die, or I am dead. I always think that this thing hits way too hard, by the way. It's just such a weird outlier in terms of damage dealt. But, coping, seething, whatever aside, you're a wizard, and the whole way that the game works is you can combine spell modifiers and spells to build some crazy effects. So, like, you might get a spell that's like, this is a bolt that bounces back and forth. Okay, yeah, nothing crazy. But then you get an effect where, let me not die. You get an effect where it's like, the longer that your bolt is active, the more damage that it'll deal. Or the faster that you get an effect like your bolt moves slower, but deals way more damage. And then you learn that the damage of this thing actually scales up with the more speed that it gains at a time. Oh, or my favorite thing that I just found, right? There's a modifier called homing, which, you know, makes your spells home in on targets. There's also a spell called rock, which summons a rock. That's all it does. Normal rock. And let me tell you, putting a homing rock down and watching a rock go on a killing spree through a factory is a new core memory of mine. I've never seen such a goofy, fun system. I can't see what you doing. Hey, stop it. Like, on top of that, you could add stuff like water trail, where your projectile will leave a trail of water. Except if you make a projectile like a rock that lasts forever, this just never stops creating water and you can drown the lands. If he slams down on me, I die. I am squishy mage. I need to not go for his face. My spells are actually despawning because they've got to fly so high. Oh. I got your picture, I'm coming with you, dear Maria, count me in. Oh, that getting hit by that fire almost killed me. Okay. I don't deal damage to this thing. Frostbite, go. Blood boss, go. Yes, I'm doing it. I honestly should have used the thing where he takes more damage, but I'd be terrified of that because I would also make it so I take more fire damage, and I'm already borderline risking being one-shot just by being near him. Now, this is one fight where if a new player told me I feel like I'm fighting the camera, I would just have to stop and be like, yeah, no, don't kill me! Oh my god, I have improved damage negation while charging spells. That's the only reason I'm alive. Just die. 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 Holy shit. Great. Well then... There sometimes is a merchant over here. I don't think there is in this configuration, but if there is, I want to go visit him. Because he can sell a Wending Grace, and I feel like I might be cooked. So I'd appreciate having that. Yeah, we're only gonna have one. Well then. I have no fire. I have mediocre spells. I've got a shield, I guess. With improved lightning damage. Well, we're gonna have to give it our best. But yeah, the way Noita works, and you can look up some of the crazy stuff that people can do, because, like, if you know Jujutsu Kaisen, there are people that have made one of the special attacks from that anime in the game by just combining a bunch of spells in really cool ways. Like Hollow Purple, so if you know, you know. But it's just, they turned a wand, they made a wand where you cast your spell, two swirling orbs of red and blue come out. This is a complete waste of a buy. I have infinite FP, but I mean, I guess it's better than holding on to a bewitching branch. Yeah, two swirling orbs of red and blue come out, and then they collide together, and a massive beam of purple just carved a trench through most of the map. Noita is also a 2D game, so it's kind of like Terraria, if you need a mental image of what the game looks like. So you just watch this swirling, carving tunnel. Once again, the Stone Skin is my favorite for the Recluse. And let's see if we can't take out the Sentient Pest. I'm really excited for the new Night Lords coming. Well, the new Everdark ones, because all of the Everdark fights have been my favorite. So, if ever you're wondering how to avoid this, run to the side. Run to the side at it specifically. If you run to the side away from it, you will probably still get smacked. Hey! One of the most annoying things in Nightreign is the turnaround, the animation, working when just working against you, which is what happened there. Okay, dude. The other annoying thing is when you jump over something and that happens. Or you get punched in the face by Fortis even though he's not looking at you. I like to try to hug Fortis because as long as you're on him, it can be really hard for Mothra over there to hit you. Oh, I was out of stamina. I almost couldn't jump that. You might be like, hey, you're a wizard. Why are you not wizarding? Again, it's hard to get time. Also, my spells are potato, but mostly it's just hard to get time. I'm out of stamina. This is the only way I live, but I'm gonna die anyway. Yep. Is it gonna keep doing the running move after all that? Okay, dude. That's not good. Well, focus up. Or get one shot! Yay! That wasn't even close. Yeah, I find playing Recluse, or any wizard, solo, to be painful. Just because everything in this game rushes you down non-stop in a way that it feels very clearly not meant to be fought with magic. But, you know, it's fun. I also was wearing the Fire Scorpion charm, which I'm just stupid for. But hey, we successfully did our remembrance. And I'd say that was a pretty good showing of Recluse. I am going to go back to recording a different video that hopefully is going to come out, if not today, and then I'll shuffle this video after it, then tomorrow. And yeah, excited to talk about it. It's a video about how I started liking Elden Ring, because I actually didn't at first. And yeah, till next time, see ya.